I think it should be working.
Yes, it's working.
Okay, so we are on YouTube. Now let's do the recording. Dun, 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 dun. All right, welcome back to another CryptoVagabonds Q&A. This Q&A occurs every Wednesday, and today is going to be a Q&A that I think is going to be very controversial. I know a lot of people are in love with XRP. I have a lot of clients who hold XRP, but a lot of things have made me feel the need to make a research about XRP and share the information that I'm sharing with you guys today. I'm more than open for a discussion and to be proven wrong, but evidence shows that there are some points of concern with XRP, at least from my perspective, and perspective from Alchemist and Marcus, some other people here. And if you guys can prove us wrong or know someone who can prove us wrong, we are open to the discussion. So without any further ado, sorry for the delay on the technical part. Let's get straight into the presentation of today. And we're going to have some audio on the presentation of today as well. So let's get into it. Let me know when you guys can see my screen. And we can proceed with that.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so just remember that anything we produce across any platforms is just informational and educational content. We are not financial advisors. We are not legal advisors. We are not tax advisors. So as I mentioned before, this crypto Q&A occurs every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, you still can interact with us Tuesday to Friday on Clubhouse at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And obviously, you are more than free to interact with us here on YouTube, Instagram, and X. Now, as I mentioned to you guys, the subject of today is a bit controversial and is, I think we're going to have a lot of messages because I know a lot of people who hold XRP. But the question is XRP a scam in disguise? Now, before moving forward with this, I want to make a few disclaimers. I'm not accusing anyone to be a scammer. Many things can be a scam without people having the intention to scam people. You can have a great business idea, but may not have the competence to execute. There are many ways in which something can be considered a scam. So using the term loosely, we are not accusing anyone of doing anything illegal or having malintent. We just have questions and points to discuss or points to point, or like points of concern to point regarding XRP. So the roadmap of today is a bit longer. First, we're going to be talking about Ripple, and most people do not understand there's a difference between Ripple and XRP. Then we're going to be talking about institutional arbitrage. We're going to be talking about possible price manipulation. We're going to obviously be touching the legal issues, and I'm going to be giving my closing thoughts, which is the conclusion. And also going to have a discussion. And I'm not the only one here today that have done some research and have things to say about XRP. This presentation has been done research from myself, Cora, a lot of commentaries on Clubhouse, but mainly myself, Cora, and above all, Alchemist. Alchemist is a person who is here today, and he has done a lot of research. And a lot of things that we put here, he and I knew about it. And I have to say, his research goes further than my research. So a lot of content here, I want to give credit where credit is due, has been thanks to the contribution of Alchemist. So first, Ripple. Ripple is a company. Whenever we talk about blockchain, the asset XRP, that's very different. There's no such thing as a cryptocurrency called Ripple. Ripple is a company, Ripple Labs. So it's a fintech company, and that company creates the XRP ledger, distributed ledger, or the asset XRP, okay? In my view, XRP does not have a name. When you talk about USD, we're talking about the dollar. The ticker is USD. XRP only has a ticker. There's no name for it. And I think, my view, it is not by accident that it only has a ticker, doesn't have a name. So we can pretty much make mistakes on mentioning the company Ripple and calling the currency as, or the cryptocurrency asset XRP with Ripple. So Ripple is a company. It has nothing to do with XRP in the sense that it is not XRP. Those are two different things. Now, XRP is promoted as a cryptocurrency for fast global payments. Now, I'm not going to bring to you the white paper. I'm not going to discuss about the white paper so much, but mainly the white paper describes what is the function of Ripple. And we're going to be discussing that on a further slide to demonstrate what it is. But there's no reason, according to their white paper, there is no reason for anyone to hold any amount of XRP. You're going to get to that further into this. So what's the utility? It's right here on this slide. The idea of XRP, according to their own white paper, here we put a coin, but it could be any currency. The idea is to make faster transactions cross-border. So let's say, for instance, someone in the US wants to send money to someone in Australia. Guess what? When you do that, there's a lot of exchange that goes into place. There's SWIFT. There is the SWIFT system that charges fees. So the idea is to make cheaper and faster for international transactions, meaning if someone has dollars in the US, instead of them going to Western Union, going to the banking system to send money to Australia, they would buy the asset XRP, send XRP to Australia. Someone will receive XRP in Australia and trade that XRP into the local currency. According to their own white paper, that is the reason why XRP was created, to be having a utility only during that transaction. So you can see here that there's no reason for anyone to hold that long term unless you are Western Union, MoneyGram, or you're into the business of sending money abroad. So now that's one point. The other point is XRP is created by this company called Ripple Labs, and Ripple Labs operates out of the Cayman Islands. Coincidentally, the same location where FCX was operating from. So the location where they chose to register their business and to be operational is suspicious. I'll let you guys think on that and drive your own conclusions, come to your own conclusions. Now, my main point is, where is the company making profit? Where is the profit coming for the company? Most of what we research shows that their profit comes from selling this asset that they create out of thin air called XRP. In my view, that makes me raise questions about the integrity of the company and what is the purpose of XRP. Now, another issue is, of course, price. I know a lot of people who bought XRP at a price higher than 53 cents. And they're waiting for the time when that price is going to go up so they can cash out. But the thing is, this is the price right now. And the price has been hovering. You can see here, since 2022, somewhere around 30 cents, 40 cents, maximum 70 cents. So we just decided to put it here between 40 and 80 cents. And a lot of people jokingly calls XRP a stable coin, but that's where it has been hovering for a very long time. So there's no price performance. And I chose this window of time. You guys are going to see why, because we're going to be showing some partnerships that they claim to have, which would boost that price upwards, and it's not doing it. So the currency right now has a market cap of approximately $30 billion with a circulating supply of 56.6 billion tokens or units of XRP. This is as October 9, 2024. So here we have the data from CoinGecko. The problem is, the maximum supply is 100 billion. The remaining amount, which is above, whatever is between the 56 billion and the 100 billion, is being held by the company. So without mentioning the amount that is in circulation, that is also being held by the company holds more than half of all XRP in circulation. That to me is another question mark. Why are they holding? Why is not fairly distributed? And what they're going to do when the price goes up? Are they going to sell it? They continue to sell it. So now, what inspired me to do this was also a video we're going to be playing to you guys a bit further, where they have this like a large amount of partnerships. You can't count how many partnerships they have. However, none of those partnerships seems to push the price. So what kind of partnership you're having if those partnership is not reflecting on the price of XRP? That's a question I have. Now, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin have no partnerships, and you can see the price performance, right? When you look at here, if in 2019 you sold your Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is here in the orange, and acquire XRP, this is what happened to your investment. It went down continuously. Now, if you look at the price of XRP just on fiat terms, it went from close to zero to about $2, $3, and came back down. But if you let go of Ethereum to invest in XRP with the hope of going to the moon, you lost. You cannot buy the same amount of Ethereum anymore, and you cannot buy the same amount of Bitcoin anymore. You can see here, those are the two lines, which begs the question, why would I buy XRP when it cannot outperform Ethereum or Bitcoin? If you're not holding Ethereum or Bitcoin, you're holding something else, the only reason to do that would be to outperform those assets. XRP has failed to outperform those assets, as you can see here in this graph. So people that I meet, they say, no, it's going to go to the moon. It doesn't outperform Bitcoin or Ethereum. So another problem that I have with XRP on my investigation with, and sharing information with Alchemist and Marcos and other people is the claim on decentralization. And they say they have a consensus mechanism, whatever. However, there are no independent validators to approve transactions. They have, sorry, I went to 2 slides. Despite all these claims, the validators, just to have an idea, the validators belong to what they call a unique node list. It's not a variety of pools. It's not a lot of nodes. No, it's a unique node list. So it's a very centralized project created by a company. So again, they come with claims of superior cross-border payment solution. And my point is, if according to their white paper, I can use XRP to send US dollars, like I say, from US to Australia, why would I go to the trouble of buying XRP when I can just use stablecoins, USDT, USDC? We already have a dollar which is free from borders, which transact fast on the blockchain at very cheap transaction fees. For instance, if you have USDC on Solana, if you have USDT on BNB chain, there's nothing better that XRP can offer. And also XRP is volatile. If I send $1, $1 to Australia, it's going to be $1 there in USDT or USDC. And I know this because when I send money to my family in the past with Bitcoin, when I only was into Bitcoin, many times I sent money to my brother, and it was supposed to be X amount, but by the time it got there, due to the volatility of Bitcoin, my brother sometimes got less, sometimes he got more. But since I have stablecoins, I don't send Bitcoin more to my brothers. I don't send that to my family. I transact with stablecoins. So there's no really reason for someone not to use stablecoins and use XRP. And we see that reflect on the graphs. If you look here at the total value locked on DeFi platforms, Ethereum holds 55% of all DeFi activity. Now, XRP holds, according to here, 0.04%. And if they are into this decentralized narrative, and if they are with all these other partnerships, how come on DeFi they only have 0.04%, which a mere 14 million? So, and this was a graph we took a few days ago. You can see here the distribution. They don't even have their own slice. Escrow, which is a cryptocurrency that nobody here, I think, we have heard of. I haven't heard of until I did research.
Yeah, it's a layer 2 on Ethereum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's layer 2 that just came out like a couple months ago. Yeah, and the other thing about this too is that the majority, like XRP is a top 10 coin. You know, it's not like a small coin. You know what I mean? It's a pretty big one. And it basically what this shows is that the majority of people that are holding XRP are just holding it on exchanges and just sitting there and waiting for it to go up. They're not using it on the chain. They're not using it on the blockchain and stuff. So it's kind of like the XRPL is kind of like a, a nothing burger, basically.
Yeah. So thank you. So thank you for that, because that's a good perspective. Like, is on the 10 top market cap, but it's only holding 0.04% on DeFi, which is decentralized finance. So I have questions about decentralization, about participation, money being coming to the place. Another thing is developers cannot build on XRP without creating a side chain. So it is not a smart contract platform as they say it is. So another thing, I'm not sure if it's every, I'm open to seeing an exception, but every XRPL project funded and advised by Ripple Labs has resulted in failures or user losses of their funds. So where's the money going? Like, where's all this partnership? What's the money that's coming in, and where's that money going? So I'm going to give an example to you guys. They say, I have heard this from many XRP people. I haven't been able to find this on writing, but I have heard that they use the name XRP because there is this, I would say, shield against government. If you name something X, governments cannot touch it. Well, there's a platform called X in Brazil that just got banned. Government can't touch things with the name X. There's a platform with just one letter name, X. It got banned in Brazil. XRP is pretty much receiving lawsuits left to right from the SEC. So yes, government can touch them. So when I hear people saying that, oh, because the name X, the government cannot touch it, well, why you guys are in so many lawsuits? Why is the platform X banned in Brazil? There's no such thing as a name that's going to shield you from government.
That is that's so fun. That's so silly, that claim. Like, but you do hear it from their yeah.
Malcolm X was assassinated by the government, and he had to go to courts, and his name was Malcolm X. So there's no such thing as X is going to make you immune to the government. Now, another thing is the XRP army. They are very loud about it's going to go to moon, let's hold it, it's going to appreciate in value. And those are promises that are really hurting people, in my view. And I think this money that people are like, this money is benefiting someone else. It's taking money from people that have worked really hard. I know people who bought XRP over $2, and they're waiting for that price to come up. It is really hurting a lot of people. In my view, the partnerships are getting XRP at a discount, and they are selling whenever the price goes up. That is our view. It's a difficult one to prove beyond a doubt, but there's some evidence that shows that. We're going to be sharing that with you guys here. So,
I mean, the majority. I mean, a lot of the smartest like Ripple people don't even deny that. They even like admit that's what happens. I mean, basically, like it's this whole escrow thing where it's like, no, like the escrow releases XRP to provide liquidity to the market, right? So let me translate that for you in simple terms so that you don't get manipulated, right? At Ripple prints the XRP and then they dump it on you.
Yeah. So
that's what happens.
Yeah. So, and here we can see one example of that, right? It's actually on the headlines. Ripple launched the US dollar stablecoin. Now, I want to expand on this. A stablecoin is one of the most profitable business in the crypto space. USDT makes over $40 million per employee, almost per quarter per year. So it's a very profitable business. So when Ripple says they're going to launch their own US dollar, again, they're not a smart contract platform. They need to create a sidechain. However, that's another discussion. But they enter a business which is very profitable, stablecoins, right? Tether is one of the most profitable companies per employee. So here we have it. They're entering the crypto space on the most profitable market, which is stablecoins. Now, why is it that they entered that marketplace on April 4th and April 15th and April 17th? They need to sell XRP to make a profit. They enter the most profitable, the most easiest way to make money in the crypto space, which is a stablecoin. However, they need to sell 2 weeks later their XRP, according to their own headlines here, 390 million XRP, unloaded on major Korean exchange. Mysterious whale sends millions of XRP to Bitstamp, so they're selling. But they entered the most profitable business on the crypto space.
And this is just one example too. Like this happened like tons of times with bullish news, right? Yeah. Like bullish news, like the stablecoin doesn't even have anything to do with XRP. But then what they do is then they will like whales will all of a sudden just start sending it off to exchanges, some weird exchanges like around the world. Then they'll just start, selling them. Which there's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's weird that like bullish news or bullish announcements never really they never reflect in the price, right?
Yeah.
So
And I think that does reflect because as the price starts to go up, people start to sell to cash on profit. So they boast partnerships with over 300 institutions, including Santander, UBS, Bank of Canada, American Express, MoneyGram, etc. Now, the MoneyGram thing ended up in a lawsuit. I think MoneyGram no longer uses them, but they boast about this. Now, I'm going to share with you guys the video that inspired me to do this. Okay, this is the video. It's a 2-minute video, and it's really hard to keep up with it. But this is the video that inspired me to do this presentation.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions, including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors, former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany, former business director at Swift, former Swift board member, former CFO of PayPal, former head of the DTCC, former chief business officer at Uber, former VP of Amazon, and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.
I'm not going to address all the partnerships.
So first, my bad. Yeah, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, yeah. Go ahead.
So first of all, if you go back and listen to all those, I guarantee you could find that not many of those people are using any XRP at all. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two is that you could say that you have all these partnerships. First of all, what kind of partnerships are they? And number two, why doesn't it show up in the price? There should be a follow-up where you just see the price since 2017 just go straight down. That's what they should do with that video at the end. So
yeah.
So can we go ahead, Boof? I want to speak to something kind of on the company overall and the people involved. Go ahead.
I just want to explain, like, all these partnerships should be reflected on the price, okay? And the way I want to do this is very easy. We have Bitcoin, okay? Now, Bitcoin is not a company. Bitcoin is a digital asset. But let's just say BlackRock has a partnership with Bitcoin issuing their ETF, right? You can see here, the SEC approved the partnership. Let's just use the term partnership for this here between Bitcoin and BlackRock. Now, we can see here, January 10th, that was approved. Now, the anticipation of this approval is start to push Bitcoin price back in October, November. You can see the price performance here. And the price of Bitcoin continues to go up. It got approved in January 10th. The price tanked a little bit, but continued to go up. So we can safely say that one partnership with BlackRock and Bitcoin caused the price to go from 30,000 some, or even 40,000 if you want to go to December, to 60K. So increase the price at 50% or double, right? Now, all these partnerships on XRP hasn't been able to do anything but push the price down. Now, it's not just that. They use those names of X person from this place to that place. Some executives of XRP no longer even have XRP. Look at this. McCaleb co-founded Ripple in 2012, left for disagreements, but if there's any chance of this thing going to the moon, why he sold it all in 2022?
But that's what I was gonna say. He went to Stellar, and the relationship with MoneyGram is now with Stellar. And that was gonna be one of the key things. He left. He actually left a long time ago, right? As you can see, and
Yeah.
he went and started a competitive project basically that is actually being used now, whereas XRP is not. Go ahead.
I mean, this guy's been living off of this guy's been living off of his, he's been funding his lifestyle by dumping XRP for like the past like 7 years. So
No, I mean, no, he's running Stellar too. I mean, Stellar is actually doing
yeah,
something
no, I'm saying
XRP.
I'm saying he's using XRP, he's dumping it, and he's using
to fund Stellar.
Yeah.
So
Aggressively.
but he sold everything by 2022 according to this, right? So he's a co-founder. If he really had hopes of this thing going up, he would still hold some. Now, it's not just that. I want to talk particularly about BlackRock because BlackRock has, let's say, a partnership with Bitcoin. So this guy used to work for Ripple. He was a Ripple executive, Robert Mitnick, and he's now in BlackRock. But he's not just working in BlackRock. Let's look at his role at BlackRock. His role, he's responsible for driving BlackRock's digital asset strategy, including working with internal business units to develop and execute on strategy initiatives involving distributed ledger technology, XRP, and digital assets. Now, he's in there, he's directing the whole thing. He's saying where BlackRock should put the money when it comes to digital assets. But the price hasn't gone up. That means to me that BlackRock is not putting any money on XRP. So now Ripple also controls a Escrow account holding, as I mentioned before, half of XRP supply, and they're unlocking 1 billion every month. Where's their money coming from? Where's their profit coming from? From 1 billion XRP that they sell every month to you guys who have the hope of this thing going to the moon. So they're selling 15 to 30%, 150 to 300 million XRP, and they relock the rest, claiming to provide liquidity. So to me, it just seems like Alchemists say they're just dumping XRP on the people. That's what I'm saying. Price goes up, they sell, and the price crashes.
One thing, real quick, Booth. A lot of crypto projects will do this. A lot of crypto projects will make things and say things that make it more complicated than it has to be. What do I mean by that? They'll say things like this. Well, there's an escrow system, you guys. There's an escrow system, and we just want to provide significant amount of liquidity to the market. And we're just and good news, guys. We're only selling 20% because we want to hold all of it. What they're really doing is they're selling it. They're selling just enough so that they can profit. They take what they need, and then they keep this illusion alive. And then they relock the rest of it up. They're smart. I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. They are smart. They're not stupid people. Okay, like the people who are doing this operation, they're not stupid. Okay, but for you, and what's useful for you, and what you guys can take from this is that it's a slow sell-off from the team, the people who print the token, right? So you just have to realize, like, the escrow system provides liquidity, aka they print the currency and then they dump it on you, usually in correlation with news articles that they pay for.
Yeah.
Okay, but what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was gonna just ask some other questions. Finish with this part because I think it's one of the key parts. Let's finish.
Yeah, let's go to the Q&A. So now, as I mentioned before, they say that because of the name X, the government cannot touch it, but they have faced multiple legal challenges. Now, the most notable one is the SEC lawsuit accusing Ripple of selling XRP as unregistered security. Now, you already know the results for that case. It's not like black and white, but they're still being sued. Now, this legal pressure has further tainted XRP's reputation and has raised concerns about the long-term viability. So the SEC appeals a $120 million judgment in Ripple Labs' XRP lawsuit. So I'm not sure how they're going to become profitable with all these lawsuits and all these fines that they have to pay. So it comes to a conclusion, and then I'm going to yield the mic and have the Q&A. My view is XRP is very centralized. To me, there is price manipulation, keeping the price down, because as the price goes up, people have to cash out. I believe they're great marketeers. They're delivering a lot of false promises. And I do believe there is institutional arbitrage going on. And I do believe XRP may be a scam. And again, I'm not accusing the ones who run the show of being scammers. I'm just saying this XRP, I don't think it's going to go to the moon. I don't think it's going to go back to $3 price that has its all-time high. And I think the people who are making money from this are the people who are insiders, and they're making this money pretty much milking the retail investors. That is my view. I'm more than open to a discussion to be proven wrong, but my research shows that XRP is a project that intentionally or non-intentionally is just exploiting the people. So as I mentioned here, the high price was at 340. The amount of capital to push Ripple from, let's say, 80 cents to 340 is gargantuan. And the amount of people holding Ripple that they bought a higher price than what it's now, that are going to be, even if the ones holding the bigger bags, even the owners, like say Ripple Labs, are not going to sell. There are a lot of people who are holding XRP. They're just waiting for the price to go back to $1, $1.50, so they can cut their losses and move on. That's going to push the price down. The amount of money that has to come in, I don't see it between now and 2028, maybe end of the decade, XRP going back to 340. Time is going to show me if I'm right or wrong. If by the end of the decade it's not there, I'm going to refer back to this video. I'm speaking live. You guys can quote me. I'm speaking here. I'm putting my face, as we say in Brazil, to the slap on the face. Well, let's see what happens. But in my view, the amount of money is just too much, and there's a lot of other things out there. They're making a better job than XRP. So
yeah. Oh, my bad.
I just wanted to conclusion, then we're going to go to the Q&A. So if Ripples get an ETF and institutional demand follows and the price rise, even if it rises, I don't see it going to 340. So that's my view. I don't think it's a worth investment. I think there's a lot of other things I can invest on. And please, if you are new to cryptocurrencies and if you do not know where to start, please learn about Bitcoin. Try to start with Bitcoin, because there's a lot of homework that needs to be done in order to invest on other things. And as I keep saying, if there's a doubt, there is no doubt. Make sure you understand what you're getting into if you decide to enter the crypto space. Now, I found a meme, and I want to end this with a good humor. This meme to me explains XRP. They keep pushing. They're going to the moon on the next time we win this, on the next partnership, on next that. So to me, this meme explains XRP. And after this meme, I'll close the presentation. That's it. You're being dragged as the carrot keeps moving. So now a recap, we spoke about Ripple, the company. We spoke about institutional arbitrage on XRP. We spoke about the price manipulation of XRP, the legal issues that Ripple Labs are going through, and my conclusion and final thoughts. And I try to finish with a little humorous meme. Now I use the mic, and I hope to be able to answer questions. Of course, Marcus and Alphonse are also here. And if you want to learn more about this kind of thing and want to be in control of your own money, please consider joining the Academy. Link for that on the description below. This is it. The mics are yours, guys. Please ask your questions.
Yeah, and the other thing too, guys, is like, I don't want you guys to think that, at least like I'm going to speak for myself. Like, I'm not opposed to changing my mind about this. Like, if something changes where all of a sudden there's massive amounts of liquidity that starts going to Ripple, I'm willing to reevaluate like the whole situation. But right now there's nothing there. Like, somebody told me one time, like, why don't you teach like stuff like about like the technology and the trust line and Ripple? It's like, what is there to teach? There's nothing. There's no liquidity. If I tell somebody to get into it, they're not going to be able to safely exit the position anyways. There's nothing there. So what am I going to do? There's no competitive yields. There's nothing there, right? So I'm not opposed to changing my mind, and I do think that there is a chance, like Boof already said, that we can see Ripple get back to all-time highs. It's possible with an ETF and the market shooting in that direction at the same time. However, there's a lot of sell pressure on the way up because a lot of people have been holding that bag since 2017, 2018, 2019. They've been waiting, and they're going to, because they've waited longer, they're more willing to sell. They're more willing to like sell at their and get their principal out, as an example, because they've just been holding it for so long.
Or just 80% of or half of their principal. Because here's the thing though, and I'm going to go back to this partnership thing. Bitcoin broke all-time high of 20K in 2018, 2017. Ripple broke $3.40. Let's say $3. Bitcoin went from 20 to 60 some. The partnership with BlackRock pushed Bitcoin again over 70. It went just about 2K over the last all-time high, but it broke it again. XRP has been unable to even match their all-time high on the ICOs of 2017. So there were 2 cycles, and they couldn't push the price back to what it was. And when that happens, confidence continues to be low. Now, for instance, I hold ADA. I can just use ADA as another example. ADA broke again. ADA came to $1.14 in 2017. It went down on the bear market, but it went up to almost $3, or a little bit over $3 on the last bull. Now it's down again to 30 cents. So that gives a little bit of confidence, but Ripple has not been able to do that. XRP has not been able to do that. But Marcus rose his hand, I think, also Alchemist. That's what he has to say. Go for it, Marcus.
Well, I think so. Maybe there's a session that we do about how different blockchains are set up. And one thing about just the blockchain and the consensus mechanism is that it's federated. I don't know if everyone knows what when a blockchain is federated, there is no decentralization. Right? That the word federated, almost, unless maybe on a layer 2 you could have it to be a bit more decentralized because you would have the settlement layer. Like, let's say on Ethereum, if it's federated, let's just say hypothetically there's a federated blockchain on Ethereum, but it's a layer 2. And what happens is that a federation is chosen by certain people that use the blockchain and have influence, right? So if we talk about Liquid is a side chain on Bitcoin. It's also a federated blockchain. So you have a lot of people that get nominated, like the TradFi space, like a board of directors. Those people influence what happens on the blockchain. They vote, right? Well, in this particular case of Ripple being quote unquote, or really, I guess I should just say it's, XRPL, because that's really what it is. It's the XRPL, which stands for XRP Ledger. It is a federated blockchain. There is zero chance on a layer 1 that would be decentralized, that it's decentralized. You have members voting on it, and those members really could affect everything. So for me, that's already a very big red flag, right? Is it the end of the world? Maybe not, but you can't market decentralized and be a federated blockchain, in my opinion, on a layer 1. Maybe that sounds too technical.
No,
but,
it's great. No, that's a really good point. And the other thing too about the layer, it depends on what you're looking for, right? Like if you're looking all right. So with the layer 2s, right? The layer 2s are incentivized. If you follow the incentives of the layer 2s on Ethereum as an example, there's many layer 2s. There's a lot of competition. So if one layer 2 acts in the bad interest of if one layer 2 acts in the bad interest of their users, then usually the users will leave and go to another L2. There's plenty of options with the L2s. With Ripple, there's not really an option. There's not really any competition. The competition is the other blockchains, which is why there's no liquidity on Ripple, because their incentives are just not there. There's no incentive to improve or decentralize or give the users what they want, right? So,
Right. So yeah, I mean,
one more thing I want to add to this discussion, Marcus. The partnerships that they mentioned on that 2-minute videos, like the WF or whatever. I mean, most of the people I interact with in the crypto space, those partnerships push people away from your project. You know what I mean? Like if tomorrow, I just want to give an example here because it's a cryptocurrency that I hold, but if tomorrow Charles is having meetings with the WEF or whatever, I can guarantee you the price will tank. Like those partnerships that they are proudly naming, in my view, are partnerships that, like, people that are aware of the space, they will move away from those projects. You see what I mean? Does it make sense, or I'm wrong on this, Alchemist? And
no, I believe you're right. I mean, you have to see, are you in alignment with the brands, right? You have to, are you really, is there a brand alignment? I mean, that's the other thing I would ask anyone that's really defending XRP and Ripple. What's Ripple's unique selling proposition? What are the products that they offer to people? Because they do have retail products and they do have products for the business line, right? And so, they market themselves as offering low cost, real time transfers in their native digital currency, and also fiat currency. I don't know anybody that transacts in XRP, by the way. I know 0 people. 0.
And the reason why is because there's a lot better instruments out there. Right, Marcus? How many times I sent you stable coins on the BNB chain? Right?
My preferred,
yeah.
right? It's
so
right, yeah. So that's just even for the consumer, right? They also have something called on-demand liquidity, which is nothing necessarily a groundbreaking thing, right? I mean, they're using that for a marketing ploy, and so do people know what RTGS is? Real-time gross settlements, right? What it does is it connects the global financial world, right? So they've marketed that they've put XRP on top of that, so that financial institutions can make transactions to rival the SWIFT system. Yeah, I don't know anyone that's doing that. And I also know that Tether is very tied in with institutions as well. So I think the time for, even if, like Alchemist said, which I agree with him, I could be wrong, are they gonna be able to go up against Tether? I think the answer is no. You can't.
Look,
you can't.
You can't.
You
Look,
can't.
The thing is, just for the record, people may not be aware of this, right? If you have a Binance account or a crypto account, for that matter, in an exchange, and you happen to be in Europe, on the European Union, let's put the Euro countries, you do not have access to USDT. You must use USDC. If you are in Switzerland, because Switzerland, for instance, is part of Schengen, is not part of the Euro, in Switzerland, you can use USDT, but USDT is banned in Europe. Now, if Ripple is with the Euro Foundation, with the project for the digital euro, that is the perfect moment. This is the perfect moment and the perfect opportunity. Your competition is outlawed.
Yeah, and then on top of that too, like recent news was the XRP stablecoin. Like I was trying to explain this to, like, guys, I like go into community. I'll like go into community chats and just like ask challenging questions. Like I'll just do that. I really don't care. I'll just do it, and then most of the time they'll kick me out. I don't, whatever. But so basically what I was explaining to them was that the Ripple stablecoin has absolutely nothing to do with XRP at all. Like they created a Ripple stablecoin All that is just for the people to buy their stable coin so that Ripple can then put that into treasuries and then they can earn yield. And then the XRP holders get nothing. There's no buyback. There's no nothing. Right. So this is another example of something that they're creating to make money off of the ISO 2022 cheerleaders. Right.
Yeah. And I think that's another point where the company is one thing, which I tried to mention in the beginning. Ripple Labs is not XRP. Ripple Labs can become the Coca-Cola of cryptocurrency in the future, become the wealthiest company. It doesn't mean the price of XRP is going to appreciate because they are not connected.
Well, that's my concern.
Go ahead, Juche. Please speak up, brother.
So I posted in the chat. I mean, my concern was, the fees. Maybe someone can chime in that, like Alchemist, that knows more than me, or anyone else that knows more than me on this. But my concern with Ripple has been nothing. I mean, okay, there's valid concerns that everyone's pointed out, but my concern is even if those things were not the case, I don't see the return on investment with it due to the low fees and how it will not affect the tokenomics. You know what I mean? Like the burning doesn't, produce a price increase like we see on other, layer twos and Ethereum and such.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. A big way that it's really hard to find out if a chain is profitable. So what like traditional financial people will try to do is they'll try to be like let's do like fees, like how many fees it's generating, and then they'll try to like make a calculation based on that, and they'll try to make their valuation. That would be a good tool if the market was rational, but they're not. The majority of people are not rational. And that's the thing, is that basically what motivates a token to go up is basically people holding it and not selling it, giving incentives for people to hold the token and then not sell it. But you're right, Juche. They have a total lack of fees. I can share my screen right now and we can look at like Solana, Ethereum,
Let's do that, Alchemist, and then we're gonna get Cora. She also has a question, but please share your screen.
I just wanted to let you know that Helen made a question.
Okay.
So
Let's see what Helen.
She said, so if I convert my XRP into Bitcoin, is the best choice?
Helen, thank you for your question. You are XRP holder.
Yes, I bought 2,000 a while back because I have a friend who's crazy about XRP, and he pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
Okay, so
I took it from the Bitcoin. So.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. As you could see on the graph, that was not a possible choice, at least not until now. Yeah. What I want you to do, Ellen, because this is live on YouTube, I can't really express certain things here because it's being recorded and it's live. What I ask you to do is, Cora, can you give her a link? Or I'm going to email you a link, and you can book a call with me.
Yes,
and
please.
If you prefer that, I can also get Alchemist to jump on a call so the two of us can be there to better answer you on this, or maybe if Marcus but I'd rather have that on a one-on-one, not on the live event here. But I appreciate your question, though. I just can't sincerely answer that here now. Okay.
Yeah, I've got to do something about it right now because I know you are just, well, I just trust you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate your trust, Ellen. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Alchemist. Please share your screen and let's get into that.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Helen, you are in the academy? Or
no, she's not.
No, I'm not. But hopefully things might change within a few months and I might be able to do something more interesting. But I just couldn't. I didn't have the possibilities before. But I am very interested. That's why I've only got 2,000.
That's good to hear.
Euros.
Okay.
Euros.
Yeah. So, Ellen, I think I still have your email.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
You sent me the information for today because I was very interested because of the title. I thought, oh, just what I want to hear. Thank you for today's presentation, guys.
No, thank you.
Okay, I will send you the information. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey,
so go ahead, Alchemist.
Yeah, do you guys see my screen here?
Yes, we can see your screen. Go ahead.
Okay, so this right here, it shows the overall like total value locked on all the blockchains. We already had pictures of it. Let's just go here. Yeah, so these are like the top TBL chains. Is it lagging for you guys?
Just a second, Alchemist. We need to be aware that most people here may not be as knowledgeable with the jargon as we are. So TVL means total value locked. That's the amount of money that people has locked on those projects, on those platforms, on those services. Depends on how you want to call it. So go ahead, Alchemist.
Yeah, so basically like this is basically just showing how much money is locked on each chain, how much people are willing to vote with their capital on the chain. Now, there are ways to manipulate this that some chains will do to do those measurements, but that's not relevant. The point is that this basically shows that how much are people willing to vote with their capital on the blockchain, right? It's not volume, it's not activity, but it's how much value is locked on the chain, right? So you got Ethereum here. You got a massive amount. Let me just move this real quick. TVL range 45 billion. Then you got 7. You got Solana. You got Arbitrum. You got Base. These are all layer 2s on Ethereum. So you might as well just put these together with ETH, right? With Ethereum. So let's try to find like Ripple, like this XRP ledger, the thing that, everybody, like all these institutions and all these banks around the world are partnering with, right? So like, let's look at so this is in the billions with a B, right? So let's look at XRPL. 14 million. All right. You go down here, there's 3 dApps. There's 3 things on here. Okay. There's nothing going on over here. And if you look at the TVL, this is the centralized DEX that they control. They use as a trust line. And then these are all just like random things with no liquidity. So there's nothing here. Right.
And the 31 there, 21 CO is what is that, Alchemist?
This is $211,000 TVL. That's number 3. That's the number 3 thing. Now, granted, like maybe I'm missing data. Maybe there's stuff that's not on here that just posted, but there's nothing. There's like, you can look for yourself. There's no activity on the Ripple. The XRP.
I just want to run an experiment here, Alchemist.
Sure.
Look for ThorChain. I know most people do not know what Rune is, what ThorChain is, but I just want to have a comparison because I think ThorChain is one of the most complex, like let's put DEX to interact with, right?
But ThorChain is multi. Okay, go ahead. Never mind.
No,
let's just go to it.
No, I'm going to it because it's a very obscure thing and it's no custodial, right? So it wouldn't have much locked. But
they're very low key. It's a very low key thing. I mean, literally their only point of the blockchain is to swap. Their nodes have a copy of all the chains on the node, like on the blockchain. They have a copy of each of the chains that they work with.
I understand. The reason I'm showing this is because in my view, and I mean it's a far stretch, but Rune serves on this DEX as XRP should serve for international transactions. You see what I mean?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect way to put
it. That's why I'm using this one. And I think most people have not heard of this. Now, if you are into DeFi and Juche is here, ThorChain is one of the most expensive DEXs to use it because it's very expensive to use because they're totally centralized. There's no custodial. There is no need for KYC and whatnot. It's very obscure. It's very niche. And it's almost 20 times more value locked than XRP. And you have to be very sophisticated to use ThorChain. That's why I'm using that as an example. Thank you, Alchemist.
Yeah. So like here's an example of like what like XRP is actually doing, and ThorChain is very low key. They're not like, whereas XRP, like they're really loud. They have no liquidity on their chain, right? So, if you're looking for a solution in terms of like what XRP says that they're going to do, I would highly recommend ThorChain for people. Like Boof said, is a great example. So,
yeah, Marcus, you want to say something before? Go ahead, Marcus.
No, I think it's a good point that Alchemist, and you brought this up. I mean, there's just there's just nothing happening on the chain. I mean, and I posted inside of the chat. It's not really a blockchain, right? They use something. It's called a hash tree, and again, they have selected nodes. So just like a federation, only those people can approve transactions. So it's a lot of, I don't know a lot of federated, maybe Alchemist knows or somebody else, a federated blockchain that's really in the top 20. I just don't know of any. Really. This is the only one I know of.
I don't think so. Yeah.
But
I think most
just
networks.
just for sake, cherry screen again. Let's look at CoinGecko and see where Rune is in terms of ranking on market cap. And again, I don't expect anyone who is here to understand Rune, but it is a very sophisticated blockchain. Is a very high barrier in terms of point of entry. Transactions are very expensive. Learning how to interact with it is also another like strong learning curve. And I can guarantee you that TorChain is not on the top 10 market cap as XRP is. So thank you, Alan. We're also going to have to wrap up because you're on the top of the hour. Where are they ranking there? Rune, there you go. So they are at what, 57? So it's a very low thing. Like number 57 on CoinMarketCap. What is the current? You can't buy on exchanges. You have to buy on decentralized exchanges. Rune is a very, I think only Binance still has it, but you must withdraw only to the TorChain. You cannot withdraw to another chain. So, and it's at $5. I mean, look at this market cap. It's very low. It's just above 1.5 billion. And it still is like, and I think this was at scarcity. The units like 500 million units. So the scarcity does play a role. Thank you, Alchemist. Like, and
you guys hear me?
You were muted before. Now, yes. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Let me look at links here. So we're just gonna do. This is just how I eyeball charts when I look on CoinGecko here. So this like right here, this looks really like sloppy and ugly right here. So just click log. This puts it in percentages. That's more like it. That's more like it, right? That's Rune's trend, max, right? If we look at 1 year. It's on a dip, right, over the year. We had a dip when Bitcoin was rallying, then it's down here. But if you click on max, it's up and to the right, right? So yeah, I like Thor a lot. Thor's great. So
and again, it's very niche. Like you're gonna find a very small amount of people who are in the crypto space who ever have heard of the word Rune or TorChain. And even if they have heard of it, they do not know what it is. They do not know how to interact with it because the learning curve is just too steep. Like, I don't know, Jucha, I know Jucha uses DeFi. I don't know if he's still here, but I'm not sure if people use TorChain. I know very few people who even know how to interact with TorChain. So thank you, Alchemist. So I just use as an example because Rune has that role of just to have the function of transact between one currency and the other. Instead of using like fiat currency, Rune is used to interact between two different cryptocurrencies. So, all right. I hope we have covered here. Tamara, do you have any questions? Anyone else have any questions before we close this?
No, I'm just sad.
don't be sad, right?
No. I'm not sad that actually I'm ahead. Excuse me. I'm ahead on it, and I can move it, but yeah, I can't deny that I didn't do a little bit of daydreaming about its potential.
Okay. Don't worry, Tamara. We're gonna have you a little bit more realistic dream.
Thank you.
Let me know when we can have our call.
Yep.
Alchemist, she's also part of the academy, so we can have a call and can have like a good plan for her. So thank you, Tamara.
Yep.
For being.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you back to sobriety.
I I feel sorry to be bringing this on the short term, but on the long term, I think you guys are going to be grateful that we did this. Again, I'm not here like trying to trash any project or trying to like drive you out from things. As Alchemist mentioned, I'm also open to be proven wrong, but I want to be proven wrong with like reality, not with marketing ideas or delusional. And as I mentioned, they mentioned 300 partnerships. I show one partnership of Bitcoin and BlackRock using the word partnership because of the ETF, and you see the price double or go 50% up. And those partnerships of them are just pushing the price down. And I think Ripple Labs, the people up there are making money, but you need to understand, even if they become trillionaires tomorrow, it doesn't mean XRP is going to go up. Those are two different things. It's not like Bitcoin, capital B is the network, and Bitcoin lower B is the asset, and those things are correlated. Ripple Labs are not necessarily correlated with XRP. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you know someone who can prove us wrong, Alchemist, I, myself, Marcos, we're all open to be proven wrong. But until further evidence, this is what we have to share with you guys. So,
I mean, largely too, like one more thing is like, could you make money with like when the market's going up? Like, will XRP go up? Yeah, it probably will with the market. Everything's going to go up. The question is it going to do better than the assets that are like established long term that we have more surety of? No, right? Could it go to, back to $1 or whatever it is? Yeah, sure, it's possible. But what's the point? Risk adjusted, there's not really a reason to mess around with it. It's largely a distraction from other things that are, I think, more worth your time to research and focus on. So
one more thing I want you guys to take from this. I hope with this you guys can see how dangerous this space is, how you need to do research, how you need to be able to understand the space. And believe it or not, and you see Juche here. Juche has been in DeFi for a very long time, and none of us feel like we know more than the other person. Like, there's a lot of things that Juche know a lot more and a lot better than I do. There's a lot of things that Alchemist knows a lot better than I do. But we are here like to help each other and to talk to each other and find ways in which we can mitigate our risks. We are not immune to losing or to making a mistake, but have this funnel vision on one thing. That be Bitcoin, XRP, whatever. Like, if you have this funnel vision and you believe you and your asset are the only ones that are going to make, I can guarantee you're going to get hurt, even if that is Bitcoin. I know personally, and Cora also knows this person, who bought Bitcoin under the recommendation of Mike Saylor at almost 68K. And when Bitcoin was at 15.8, he was having financial trouble. So you cannot have this single funnel vision. Investment is dangerous, it's risky. You need to have a wider view, and you must be open to hear other people, especially when they're saying things that are not pleasant to you and are not endorsing your dream, because they may save you from further losses. We need friends to tell us, listen, you may be wrong about this, So go ahead, Juche. Thank you for being here, man. I know it's already late for you there.
Yeah, no worries. I don't have too much to add. I think you guys have been pretty comprehensive on this. So I'm just here for my support of Palestine and and trying to be a little bit of a comedian here. Bring some entertainment and comedy to the situation, because it can be serious and dull at times. So, but I think you guys have been pretty comprehensive. I just weighed in earlier on the tokenomics aspect of things. So I think the learning lesson anyway from all of this is tokenomics, and that's kind of a flip on economics of different tokens that you get into. So look at where is the money being made and where is it being distributed to. So I think that's the key thing. And by the sounds of it, of what I've heard here, it looks like money's being made on people coming in as investments, as in buying the token. And then it looks like the escrow account and, the big guys are selling tops, basically new investors become what's called exit liquidity on the situation. So that's my takeaway. It looks like from what this is. And again, I posted the link earlier on. I think it's from their official website. The 10 drops of XRP for a fee. And that's my whole gripe with this project, above and beyond anything else, is that the whole world could use it. And I think if we calculate the whole world using XRP, it might be like $100 a day in fees. Like, so where is that going to get distributed to if everyone's paying like, small amount of transfer fees? And you have to say, the other side to that is, okay, people are going to pay a reasonable transfer fee. Well, then if they're going to pay a reasonable transfer fee, why are they going to use XRP and not one of the ones Alchemist showed on DeFi Llama, if all things being equal? So it just, to me, it doesn't make sense. I'll see if I'm proven wrong, and we're all proven wrong, but yeah, that's my take on it.
Thank you, Juche. Appreciate you all being here. Marcus, Juche, the whole team today, Alchemist, more people from the Academy. We are just a little bit over the hour. I'm going to close now here, and I'm going to just give you a short call in a few seconds there, Juche. I just need to fine-tune a few questions with you. I appreciate you all guys being here. I hope this was helpful. Let us know if it was helpful to you or not. And if you want to like us to debunk or try to analyze some other project that may be a risk, let us know, and we're going to be discussing that here. But XRP is the one that is on the top 10 of the list on the market cap, and I felt the need to speak about it. So appreciate you all. Thank you, guys.